Aloha, Sylvan Bell coming live from Sacramento, California. March 15th, 2017, 5:07 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales. And I want to talk to you about negotiation. I see this question or this comment come up, and the question is, why don't top salespeople have to negotiate? And I want you to think about something that anytime that you've ever bought something and things just flowed and they seemed perfect and there was like no reason to ask for discounts. And you might have been nervous to do so. Think about the type of the salesperson you met with. So what were their attributes? What were their personality like? What type of person were they? And I'm gonna give you a slight build, and it's gonna be my guess as to the type of person you met with. Now, I'm not saying that this happens every time, but you're gonna find that top salespeople, there's just something about their charisma, their personality, that people are just like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it, okay? So the first thing is confidence. Wow. Confidence is something that you have to make sales a lot easier for you. Now, you can make sales without confidence. It can happen, but it's just not as easy, okay? So confidence comes from the way that you carry yourself, the way that you answer questions. So instead of someone asking something and being scared to answer it, you might confront it and just bring it out and just like throw it on the table and say, hey, here's what you're looking at, okay? Top salespeople have no problem confronting some sort of story or objection or what's going on, and there's just that confidence. It's like, man, this salesperson really knows what's going on, okay? The second thing is going to be the persona, the attitude of the salesperson. And the studies will show you that the top salespeople are slightly pushy, or slightly edgy, and say things that kind of get the buyer to go, wow, this person might be just a little bit out there. And the reason why that might lead to not negotiating is because the buyer may think like, man, if I ask this salesperson for a discount, I might feel silly, okay? And then the third thing is the salesperson knows their stuff. They know their product, they know their service, they know how to take care of people, they know to deliver what they promise, and they know that they're going to be able to do that. And then fourth is they've done their research. They know about their competition. They know what the other guy or the other girl does or the other company. So there's like four things here. You got confidence, persona, product knowledge, and then just knowledge in general. And five is just being out in the field. There's something to be said for a salesperson who's been doing something for a while. They just get used to everything, and there's just a comfort. Right? There's a comfort around them. They might be a little bit edgy. They might be a little bit overconfident. They could be like borderline arrogant, but there's just that comfort of sitting there and having the conversation with them. Just like everything's going to be okay. They have that feel to the buyer that everything's going to be there. So, if you're questioning like how do top salespeople go into a sell and not ever have to negotiate, these are some of the reasons why. Okay, and the thing is, if you're dealing with a buyer and you're having the conversation and you're scared to tell them no, you're going to end up losing out on sales. And I know that this may sound a little bit tricky to you, but think about this. If you sit down with a buyer and you're not willing to be confident about what's going on, and they make an offer and they say, hey, here's what I have for you, right? They're playing chicken with you. They're saying, hey, look, you know what? We're just testing the waters to see how real your price is. How real is your price? Is it like kind of real? Is it really real, or is it definite? Okay, so like, a buyer may ask a question like, is there wiggle room? Do you have any discounts that you can offer? And usually it's at a lot of nervous energy when somebody asks that. They're like, is there any discounts that you have? A professional buyer's like, hey, do you have any discounts? They have no problem asking for it. But for the most part, a lot of times with consumers, not like business to business buyers, but consumers, they just don't know how to ask. They don't know how to deal with it. But a top salesperson who doesn't know how to negotiate, it's just not even a question. It's not a thought. The buyer's really comfortable with them. And it doesn't mean that top salespeople don't ever have to negotiate. There's times that they do. You just got to know the reasons why. It's a mix of comfort, persona, product knowledge, how they interact with the buyer, and the way that they answer questions. So there you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.